Rangers Network is live with 26-6A softball. Our Rangers are 2-0 and sit atop of the district. They want to continue on to victory against Comal ISD rival, the Canyon Cougarettes. Coach Randall and his Cougarettes blaze through non-district play and hope to pave the way to another district title. But Coach Daigle and our girls have a different plan tonight. From Ranger Field in Spring Branch, Texas, get ready as high school softball is live now, only on the Rangers Network.
It's early in the district season, but tonight it's an important 26-6A clash as two perennial district powers meet, longtime district rivals Smithson Valley and Canyon. On the Rangers Network, I'm Brian Freeman. Welcome to Ranger Field as these two teams meet for the first time this season, and both are looking for 2-0 starts to 26-6A play. Coming up, we'll talk more about tonight's matchup, and we'll step away from the softball field for a moment as we discuss National Athletic Training Month with longtime Smithson Valley athletic trainer Thomas Petmecke. You're watching Smithson Valley softball on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, WIC Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
And welcome back to Smithson Valley High School on the Rangers Network. It is Smithson Valley versus Canyon in 26-6A softball coming up. We are now joined by a longtime athletic trainer here at Smithson Valley, Thomas Petmecke. It is the month of March, and it is National Athletic Training Month as well. So, Thomas, why don't you tell us more about that?
Well, National Athletic Training Month is something that's been going on for the last 20 years or so, and basically it's to help promote the athletic training profession, point out that we are allied healthcare professionals, and let people know a little bit about what we do with everything, how we work with care and prevention of athletic injuries, rehabilitation, how we get to really go the whole continuum of care from the person originally getting hurt, working with the emergency end of it, all the way over to the rehabilitation and then actually returning them to play.
And of course, you also have several students that work here in athletic training at Smithson Valley High School as well. A dozen, in fact, students of yours are in the program. How do they get involved?
Basically what they do right now, we've got Shadow a Student Trainer Nights going on for our middle school athletes or students just in general that come over. And what they do is they sign up, they go to the Ranger Network, and we've got a sign-up place for them to go there and sign up to come to the games. And we've got a schedule on there of when we have these events going on, when there's softball games, soccer games, etc.
On that topic, again, tonight we're covering high school softball here from Smithson Valley, but there's also girls soccer going on tonight as well. And you're kind of pulling double duties here this evening. This time of year, you know, I say the spring sports really is still very, very much the winter, as you can tell with the attire right now. But this time of year in particular, softball, baseball, both soccer sports are happening right now. Basketball just ended. How busy is this time of year?
It's very busy. I mean, right now we've got baseball also going on tonight as well. Rodney Murray, our other athletic trainer, he's over at that. And with track, all the others going on, like this past weekend, we hosted a baseball tournament and then a middle school and a high school track meet. So we have a lot of nights that we're working, or a lot of weeks that we're working 5-6 nights a week.
Well, Thomas, as always, we appreciate your time and grateful for everything that you do here at Smithson Valley. Thanks for your time as always.
Thank you.
All right, that again, longtime athletic trainer Thomas Petmecke joining us. First pitch is coming up next right here from Smithson Valley High School. We have more softball action coming up right here on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut. Tonight, Rangers Network is live with 26 6A softball. Our Rangers are 2-0 and sit atop of the district. They want to continue on to victory against Comal ISD rival, the Canyon Cougarettes. Coach Randall and his Cougarettes blaze through non-district play and hope to pave the way to another district title. But Coach Daigle and our girls have a different plan tonight. From Ranger Field in Spring Branch, Texas, get ready as high school softball is live now, only on the Rangers Network.
Who says being a senior means you're old? We're in the primes of our lives. And I tell you something.
Millie's LOL with the cool kids.
Oh.
It's a kick.
How's it going, sweet pea?
You have to watch the comedy quartet of your dreams.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm 18. Barely legal.
The Cool Kids, Fridays after Last Man Standing on Fox. And catch up anytime on demand and Fox Now.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
And welcome back here to Smithson Valley High School at Ranger Field, getting ready for Canyon and Smithson Valley. You look at the Rangers, and they're out to a 1-0 start to 26 6A play. They defeated Clemens in the district opener last Tuesday, 7-2. This is an experienced Ranger softball team with 8 players back from last year's 2018 squad that finished in third place at a very good 27 6A district. Today, they're looking to take down the 26 6A favorite Canyon Cougarettes, who won the district a year ago and swept the season series to include a 15-0 run rule victory here at Ranger Field in 2018. Meanwhile, the Cougarettes, they are 15-3 so far this year, winners of 6 straight. And like Smithson Valley, Canyon won its 26 6A opener last Tuesday against rival New Braunfels by a final of 12-2. 29-2 team from 2018 in a run all the way to the state championship game. One of the best teams, certainly not only in Texas, but around the nation as well. However, a lot lost from last year's team for the Cougarettes. 10 seniors gone from 2018, to include the #1 recruit in the nation in Brooke Vestal, now playing at Oklahoma. And Canyon has been able to play well, though, despite those losses, to include Vestal, her younger sister, Hunter, a player on this year's Canyon team as well. And again, they've won 6 straight with a run margin of plus 64 during that winning streak, to include that 12-2 win, over New Braunfels last Tuesday. And this is a team that overall has been on a roll over the past 2+ years. They've won 66 out of their past 74 games. Should be a lot of fun tonight when Smithson Valley takes on the Canyon Cougarettes. First pitch is coming up next. We're back with more Smithson Valley softball on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, take a look here. You know, these pearly whites, they're just not right. So you got this guy here, and boom, you move it over here. And don't forget this guy here. You shove it over here. After Ferris Orthodontics get a hold of these teeth, bam! It's like magic for your teeth. So the thing is, when teeth are lined up, you get a good smile. And it was Ferris Orthodontics that did that right there.
Tonight, Rangers Network is live with 26 6A softball. Our Rangers are 2-0 and sit atop of the district. They want to continue on to victory against Comal ISD rival, the Canyon Cougarettes. Coach Randall and his Cougarettes blaze through non-district play and hope to pave the way to another district title. But Coach Daigle and our girls have a different plan tonight. From Ranger Field in Spring Branch, Texas, get ready as high school softball is live now, only on the Rangers Network. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, WIC Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, take a look here. You know, these pearly whites, they're just not right. So you got this guy here, and boom, you move it over here. And don't forget this guy here. You shove it over here. After Ferris Orthodontics get a hold of these teeth, bam! It's like magic for your teeth. So the thing is, when teeth are lined up, you get a good smile. And it was Ferris Orthodontics that did that right there.
This winter, shop QVC for everything you need to relax and unwind after a long day. Rejuvenate your look with new beauty. Reboot your electronic gear. Recommit to your healthy lifestyle. Find great brands and new deals every day. Get $5 off your first purchase with promo code 54U. Shop now on QVC.com.
Watch National Geographic, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 556. GVTC, just plain smart.
Down in Texas, modern-day prospectors are making big bucks flipping houses. But before they can cash in, they gotta move them. Home selling homesteads and kicking asphalt. All new Texas Flip and Move, Friday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 126. GVTC, just plain smart.
Stream live episodes of your favorite shows on the HGTV app. Download the app and watch the latest shows for free.
Raise your hand if you want to break some stuff. Whack it.
Because you're in control.
We're trying to help families get top dollar for their current place and get them into a home that works for the family.
Your shows, when and where you want them.
Are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper? Oh!
It's a big deal.
You excited as I am?
Done. Stream now on your favorite devices.
And welcome back to Smithson Valley's Ranger Field, getting ready for Smithson Valley against Canyon in 26-6A action. Again, the Rangers coming off a district opening win from last Tuesday over Clemens 7-2, and the Cougarettes off a 12-2 win over the Broncos to kick off 26-6A play last week as well. Last year, the Canyon Cougarettes swept the season series against Smithson Valley to include a 15-0 win last year right here at Ranger Field. And now it's ready. Now we are ready for tonight's national anthem here from Ranger Field as we get ready for first pitch here from Smithson Valley. We'll step aside. And about ready now for first pitch here between Smithson Valley and Canyon. Again, the Cougarettes come into this game with a record of 15-3, while the Rangers are 7-3 so far on the season. Very cold today, as the temperatures in the 40s throughout the day and into the evening, about 49 degrees right now as we get ready for first pitch. And there actually was some talk of pushing this game back to tomorrow in order to play in warmer temperatures. And as it is, this game was initially set for a 7 o'clock start, pushed back or pushed up rather an hour to try to play in some, I use this term lightly, sunlight, at least without the sun setting completely and playing in darkness when the temperatures will drop even further. And we will play on as the Rangers take the field and the Cougarettes get ready to come up to bat. Again, Canyon, the reigning district champions, and both teams out to 1-0 starts in 26-6A play. As we take a look at the defense today for Smithson Valley, we'll start with the outfield. Kaylin Klein is in left field, Lexi Munoz is in center, and Mackenzie Thornley is in right. Around the horn for the Rangers defensively, Savannah Kuntz is at third base, Chris Vasquez is a shortstop, Lauren Gonzalez will play at second, Seneca Anthony will play at first base. The catcher is a veteran, the senior Hannah Coleman'sberger, and the pitcher is Presley Smith. Smith pitched once against Canyon a year ago. The game there at Canyon High School, 6 innings of softball, then gave up 4 runs in that game, but none of them were earned. And as a pitcher a year ago, Smith, as a junior, won over 10 games and over 90 innings of work and had more than 50 strikeouts. Named as a player to watch this season by the San Antonio Express-News coming into the 2019 season. We'll look at the batting order now for head coach Kevin Randall of the Canyon Cougarettes. Mia Machia will lead things off in center field. Hannah Combs will bat second of the order in left. Batting third at shortstop is Sydney Belvin. Batting cleanup is today's pitcher, Aaliyah Pritchett. Batting fifth at first base, Hunter Vestal. Batting sixth, the designated player, Bella Mitchell. Batting seventh, the catcher, Isabel Almendarez. Batting eighth at third base is Andrea Gutierrez. And batting ninth and right is Catherine Kuhn today for Canyon. And here is Machia to start things off for Canyon. And the count even early at a ball and a strike. Their batter Machia has 28 hits so far on the year, a .431 average. Falls behind 1 and 2. No homers, 12 RBI for Machia with 6 doubles and 4 triples on the year. It is Machia, Combs, and Belvin to start the Canyon first. Ground ball to third. There's Kuntz. The throw to first base is in time for the game's first out. Going back to the game a year ago, played here at Smithson Valley High School. Again, the Cougarettes a run rule victory of 15-0. But Canyon did not score in the first inning of that game. In fact, they were retired in order. And here is Hannah Combs now for the Cougarettes against Presley Smith of the Rangers, who did not pitch in that game at home last year. A ball to strike now. Here from Smith against the batter Combs. 11 for 48 batting this year, just a .229 average, but one of the hits a home run. Fouls it away for strike 2 with Sydney Belvin awaiting on deck. Very offensive Cougarette team in recent years. Since last season, Canyon has scored 10 runs or more 30 times and in 3 straight games. And the Cougarettes run to a 27-6A title last year. They went 13-1 in district play, scoring 120 runs in those 14 games. But Smith, a good start, has retired the first 2 batters as Combs lines out to Gonzalez at second. That brings up Sydney Belvin. Belvin, a senior, who hit 2 triples in this ballpark a year ago driving into. And a future collegiate player, she has signed her letter of intent to play at McNeese State. The Cowgirls out of the Southland Conference, and Belvin falls behind 0-1. And Belvin able to lay off that pitch from Smith. It's now a ball and a strike. Belvin so far this year for Canyon, 27 hits and batting .562 on the year. Great doubles hitter. A line shot for a single, but maybe more. Belvin a hard turns. The ball is misplayed by the freshman Thornley, and she's into second base. So on the topic of Belvin taking 2 bases, she does right there. A team high 13 doubles on the year coming in. And now it's Aaliyah Pritchett. On the topic of future collegiate players, Pritchett is a future Baylor Bear. Shows a bunt and takes ball one. All-State, All-UIL tournament team as a junior in 2018. And again signed her letter of intent to play for the Big 12 Bears. And she's the reigning San Antonio Express News Player of the Week. Pritchett last week, to include the win over New Braunfels, hit .722 with 4 homers, 3 triples, 2 doubles, and drove in 18. And Pritchett is also in the circle tonight for Canyon. And on the mound last week, on top of all the gaudy offensive numbers, she went 3-0 with 15 strikeouts and only 13 innings of work. And draws a 4-pitch walk. That's the 10th walk of the year that Pritchett has drawn. And after Smith retired the first 2 Cougarettes, the last 2 have reached. And now it's Hunter Vestal. Big game here a year ago as Vestal falls behind 0-1. Was 3 for 3 with a double. A couple of runs driven in and a couple of runs scored. Very tough part of the order for any pitcher to navigate through. Hitters 3 and 4 as this pitch is slapped to left field for a base hit. And a run scoring hit. Belvin's going to come home and score. Over to second base is Vestal with an RBI double. And a big 2-out rally here for the Cougarettes. That'll send up Bella Mitchell for Canyon. So Vestal with a double. That's her 5th of the year. I was just talking about hitters 3, 4, and 5. Belvin, Pritchett, and Vestal all really good for Canyon. And here is Mitchell with a fly ball, and that will end the Cougarette first, but Canyon has struck first. In the inning, 1 run off 2 hits and 2 runners left. It is a 1-0 Canyon lead. We're back with more Rangers softball on the Rangers Network.
It's flea market madness.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
2 teams. Here's your $500. Here's your time clock. Let's go shop. Go. Go find great things that you can reinvent. I think you have a great idea. Please work. You never know what you're going to find.
Do you need a hand?
Flea Market Flip, Sunday night at 8, only on GAC.
Watch Great American Country. GVTC Digital Cable Channel 162. GVTC. Just plain smart.
Stream live episodes of your favorite shows on the HGTV app. Download the app and watch the latest shows for free.
Raise your hand if you want to break some stuff. Whack it.
Because you're in control.
We're trying to help families get top dollar for their current place and get them into a home that works for the family.
Your shows, when and where you want them.
Are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper? Oh.
It's a big deal.
You excited as I am?
Done.
Stream now on your favorite devices.
An RBI double from Hunter Vestal with 2 outs in the top of the first has given Canyon an early 1-0 lead as the Rangers come up to bat for the first time here tonight. And we'll take a look at the batting order for Coach Daigle. Leading off is Kaylin Klein for Smithson Valley out in left field. Batting second of the order at shortstop is Carissa Vasquez. Batting third is tonight's pitcher, Presley Smith. Batting cleanup, the catcher, Hannah Colmansberger. Batting fifth, the designated player tonight for Smithson Valley, Danielle Montiel. Batting sixth at right field, Mackenzie Thornley. Batting seventh at third base, Savannah Kuntz. Batting eighth at first base is Seneca Anthony. And batting ninth at second is Lauren Gonzalez. And here is Klein to start the Smithson Valley first against Aaliyah Pritchett of Canyon. Big numbers on the year for Pritchett. In the circle, she is 7-0 and 40 innings of work. An ERA of 2.27. 52 strikeouts, only 16 walks on the year given up. And again, last week in earning Express News Player of the Week honors. Struck out 15 in 13 innings as she went 3-0. Klein, the senior batter for Smithson Valley, hit .483 as a junior last year. Did have a tough 2 games against Canyon, going 0 for 7 with 2 strikeouts. Right around the second base bag, and there is Belvin from short for the inning's first out. That'll bring up Chris Vasquez for Smithson Valley. Looking at that Canyon defense, Combs is in left, Machi is in center, Kuhn is in right. On the infield for the Cougarettes, Gutierrez is at third, Belvin is at short. Torrey Key, the flex player for Canyon, plays at second. Vestal, who hit the doubles at first. Armendariz is the catcher. And again, Pritchett in the circle tonight for Canyon. It falls behind Vasquez early, 1 ball and 0 strikes. Line shot for a base hit for Carissa Vasquez. We spoke earlier about Ranger pitcher Presley Smith, who now steps up at the plate, about being a player to watch coming into the 2019 year by the San Antonio Express News. Vasquez earned that honor as well after hitting .426 as a junior last year. And here is Smith, who did not have an at-bat of the 2 games against Canyon last year, and takes ball 1. As a hitter, Smith hit around .250 on top of her pitching duties. Drove in 7. And that'll get away from Armendariz, and that will allow Vasquez to take second. And the tying run now is scoring position here for Smith, with Coleman'sberger waiting on deck. Now it's 2-1. Again, both teams 1-0 in 26-6A play. The other teams to win their district openers last week were Judson and East Central. And the games were not very competitive last week either. Judson won 10-0 over Steele. East Central a 19-3 rout over San Marcos. Canyon beat Rival New Braunfels 12-2. A weekly hit ground ball. Pritchett has only 1 play. It's at first. And that will move Vasquez over to third as Smith is retired to bring up Coleman'sberger. The closest game was won by the Rangers over Clemens 7-2. So all 4 games decided by 5 runs or more, an average margin of victory of over 10 runs a game. Coleman'sberger is hit by that pitch. And she'll take her base to bring up Montiel for the Rangers. Coming into the game tonight, Aaliyah Pritchett, again the future Baylor Bear in the circle for the Cougarettes, had thrown 611 pitches, 405 of them for strikes. And now it's Montiel for the Rangers. Another senior for Coach Stagel. Last year hit over 300, drove in a dozen. And take strike 1. And the Cougarettes win here at Smithson Valley a year ago. Brooke Vestal in a run rule victory through a 1-hitter. And the only hit of the game, Danielle Montiel. An infield single. Ball's behind, 0-2. Tying run 45 feet away. And with Vasquez back at third, a foul back to the screen. And Montiel stays alive. She is the 5th batter of the inning for the Rangers. Maybe Smithson Valley does not score this inning, but they will have made Pritchett work at least a little bit harder than she thought she would. Montiel the strikeout, and we are through 1 here at Smithson Valley High School. The Cougarettes are on top 1-0 on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
This is the story of 9 hopeful bakers and 3 wise judges.
This is a holiday baking beauty.
We have been blessed with a holiday miracle. I nailed it.
Who will become the holiday baking champion?
All new Holiday Baking Championship, Monday night at 9 on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 563. GVTC, just plain smart.
Stream live episodes of your favorite shows on the HGTV app. Download the app and watch the latest shows for free.
Raise your hand if you want to break some stuff. Whack it.
Because you're in control.
We're trying to help families get top dollar for their current place and get them into a home that works for the family.
Your shows, when and where you want them.
Are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper?
It's a big deal.
You excited as I am?
Done.
Stream now on your favorite devices.
1-0 Cougarettes heading into the top of the second. Canyon scoring the game's only run on a 2-out RBI double hit by Hunter Vestal. The Rangers did threaten putting 2 runners on in the bottom of the first, but Aaliyah Pritchett able to induce a strikeout of Danielle Montiel to end the Ranger threat. And starting off the Canyon second is Isabel Armendariz, the Canyon catcher. It falls behind here against Presley Smith, 0-1. Takes outside, a ball and a strike. Armendariz is a .367 hitter on the year with a couple of home runs and 17 RBI. Batting 18 for 49. Inside 2-1. A lot of success for the Cougarettes over the past decade plus, to include a state title. The same year the Rangers won a state championship in 2009. But an uncharacteristic year 5 years after that. In 2014, Canyon finishes 5-17. There's a ground ball on through for a leadoff single for Isabel Armendariz for the Cougarettes. That's Canyon's 3rd hit of the night. And it brings up Andrea Gutierrez. But since Canyon, for lack of a better term here, bottomed out in 2014, they have since won 138 out of their past 168 games and 49 out of their past 53 in district play, as Gutierrez takes ball 1. And the importance of a lineup card, we know that Gutierrez is batting 8th in the order. And I say it's important because with the temperatures being what they are, her jersey right now is being hidden by the hoodie. The count evens at a ball and a strike. So without that lineup card, there'd be no way to tell you who that is right now. Of course, Coach Randall could make a sub and a player wearing a hoodie, and we wouldn't know that either. A ground ball, only one play, though, is at first base. Gonzalez to Anthony. And Gutierrez, a productive out, will send Armendariz to second to bring up Catherine Kuhn. One away in the inning. As Kuhn, the number 9 batter, steps in and grounds it foul to fall behind 0-1. Kuhn, 15 for 47 at the plate so far this year, a .319 clip with six extra base hits and 2 of them home runs. He's driven in 21. Patient hitter, too. She's tied for the team lead in walks with 11. Puts a bunt down here, but bunts it foul and falls behind 0-2. Talking about Canyon's great run over the past several years. Again, 29-2 a year ago. And after 3 straight seasons that ended in defeat in the region finals, as that's taken for ball 1, the Cougarettes broke through last year and made it to the state tournament for the first time since 2010, but lost a heartbreaker to Atascocita in the state finals, 5-3. Line shot. Nobody covering second, though. Smith had a chance to turn a double play, but Armendariz is back in. Now 2 away as the Cougarettes go back to the top of the lineup and Mia Machia. And now Coach Randall has a conversation, and it's to insert a courtesy runner here. And it's Kinley Nazer, the courtesy runner right now for Armendariz. If you recall, the Cougarettes scored their only run of the game back at the first with 2 outs. Machia, though, is 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out to first in her first at-bat. A ball and no strikes. And that came after the first 2 batters were retired by Smith. Canyon then went double, walk, and double to score a run. Tough play, and Machia is out. What a play by Gonzalez to Anthony. And that will end the top of the second. A great defensive play by the Rangers keeps it a 1-0 game on the Rangers Network.
Down in Texas, modern-day prospectors are making big bucks flipping houses. But before they can cash in, they gotta move them. Hauling homesteads and kicking asphalt. All new Texas Flip and Move, Friday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 126. GVTC, just plain smart.
How can 11 girls go missing? No suspect was identified. There's an inmate. He has confessed to murdering 11 girls, but he's retracted his confessions. Who is this guy?
Ed, what happened?
Watch A&E, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 558. GVTC, just plain smart.
And welcome back to Ranger Field on this cold Tuesday night in early March. 1-0 Canyon on top as we go to the bottom of the second. Good defensive play Cashed in from Lauren Gonzalez on a ground ball to second base. And a run-saving play at that for the Rangers. Keeps it a 1-0 game as Mackenzie Thornley leads off the Smithson Valley second and falls behind 0-1. A memorable game for the senior Thornley. Last week hit her first homer of the season in the 7-2 win over Clemens. The count even for Pritchett, a ball and a strike. And now it's 1-2. Talked about the last decade or so for Canyon. Smithson Valley, of course, a lot of success over the years as well. 3-time state champions. All at the 4A level. A liner that's going to drop on the ground. It is booted by Bell with the shortstop. And Thornley is safe. And that'll bring up Savannah Coots here for Smithson Valley. Leadoff runner for the Rangers reaching for the first time tonight. Coots played varsity as a freshman a year ago, hitting over 300. And now the sophomore steps in. Drove in the Rangers' only run in the 2 games against Canyon last year. And is ahead of Pritchett, 1 ball and no strikes. Thornley, the runner at first base with nobody out. A ball and a strike. 15 district titles for Smithson Valley. Mentioned those state championships coming in 01, 09. And the last one coming 7 years ago in 2012. 2 balls and a strike now to Kuntz with Seneca Anthony awaiting on deck. In one 13-year stretch, the Rangers won 347 games, losing just 75, with Wayne Daigle as the head coach. Three and 1 now to Kuntz. Coming off back-to-back third-place finishes the last 2 years. The Rangers are a liner to first base and a double play. Hunter Vestal stared it and went right to the bag, and nothing much that Thornley could do there. So both players are erased. That'll bring up Seneca Anthony. Mentioned the third place district finishes for the Rangers in 17 and 18. Both seasons also ending in the first round. Inside for ball 1 here to Anthony. She was the winning pitcher for the Rangers in the 7-2 win over the Buffaloes last week. And the freshman takes strike 1. And there Anthony able to lay off. It's 2-1. The second inning is when the game got away from the Rangers a year ago. Canyon scored 7 times. 3 balls and a strike. Lauren Gonzalez, good defensive play in the top of this inning, awaits on deck for the Rangers. Pritchett's 3-1. Fills the count out now to 3-2. One strikeout already tonight for Pritchett. And it ended the inning of the first against Monteal. And again on the year, 53 of them. And only 41 innings of work. Thornley reached first base to start the inning. Kunzel lined into the double play at first. Nobody on here for Anthony. And a 1-0 game. And now time is called by Anthony. Trying to get something going here against Pritchett, who is yet to be beaten this season. If you missed our interview with Thomas Petmecke before the game tonight, we were talking about it being Athletic Training Month in the month of March, and also a very busy time right now at Smithson Valley, even just tonight. On top of softball happening, baseball is as well. Ranger girls soccer team also playing at Ranger Stadium here this evening. Long battle here, and it results in a walk. Great at-bat there by the freshman Anthony. First walk of the game surrendered by Pritchett, and that will extend the inning now, which Lauren Gonzalez batting for the Rangers. On varsity last year as a sophomore. Hit around 275, scored 13 times, stole 6 bases. Good speedy player, batting 9th in the order. And falls behind 0-1. Smithson Valley does not play on Friday. They return to action next Tuesday afternoon. During spring break, a 2 o'clock first pitch at East Central. 0-2 to Gonzalez. The Rangers' next home game will come next Thursday. And also set for a 2 p.m. start against Judson. The Rockets out to a really good start so far this year. And the rematch between these two will take place April the 2nd at Canyon. A ball and 2 strikes. Four Ranger batters have already reached here against Pritchett. Kaylin Clyde awaits on deck for the Rangers. The runner at first base is Anthony, who walked with 2 outs. One, 2. And Pritchett right now is trying to get the bottom part of the order to expand their strike zones and chase, but they're not complying. Two. And Gonzalez stays alive. Went through week 1 of district play last week. This being week 2. The other games on the schedule tonight. East Central is at New Braunfels. St. Mark is hosting Judson, and Steele taking on Clemens. Up and in for ball 3. The Rangers didn't score in the first inning, but made Pritchett work. Made her work here in the second, but just like the first inning, the second ends in a strikeout. Her second tonight. And we are through 2 from Ranger Field. 1-0 Cougarettes on top on the Rangers Network.
The University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to the Army National Guard, Baden, Balfour, Baylor Scott and White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Fox Sports Southwest, Gatorade, Hellas Construction, Max Preps, the NFHS Network, Nike, Register My Athlete, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, and Tick-A-Tap Ticketing. These generous corporate sponsors support the UIL in all its activities, music, academics, and athletics. The UIL appreciates these sponsors and their participation in all that the UIL does in Texas extracurricular activities. On behalf of the UIL and its corporate sponsors, thank you for supporting UIL activities in your community, and thank you for listening to this state playoff contest. Enjoy the game.
And we're back from Ranger Field. 1-0 Canyon on top. Presley Smith in the circle for her third inning of work and trying to keep the bats quiet for the Cougarettes, but with a really good part of the lineup batting for Canyon in the third. Hitters 2, 3, and 4. Hannah Combs, Cindy Belvin, and Aaliyah Pritchett for Canyon. And the count even early here to ball and a strike to Combs, who lined out to Gonzalez at second base back in the first. It was this stretch of the game, the second time through the order, that the Cougarettes really ran away from the Braunfels in the district opener last week. A 1-2 count now to Combs. The Braunfels led early in that game 2-1, but then in the third and fourth innings, Canyon scored 11 runs, hitting 2 homers and 2 triples, and they wound up run-ruling the Unicorns in 5. Belvin awaits on deck. She doubled to right field, back of the first, and scored. Two and 2 to Combs. One of several newcomers for the Cougarettes this year, only 5 returning batters from a year ago. Again, 10 seniors on last year's state finalist team. And on the appeal, the ruling is that Combs didn't go around. And Smith still hunting for her first strikeout tonight. Won't get it here, but she will get it out. Carissa Vasquez from short, a diving play for out number 1. And that's now 4 in a row retired by Smith since Armendariz led off the second with a single. That'll bring up Belvin. With nobody on and 1 away in a 1-0 game here in the third. District game and a district rivalry between these two long-time Comal ISD rivals. Strike 1 to Belvin. And again, it was a Canyon sweep a year ago, a 4-1 win at Canyon High School and a 15-0 run rule here. A ground ball coming in as Coons' throw to first is not in time, and Belvin has her second hit. The 4th tonight for the Cougarettes, and it brings up Aaliyah Pritchett, who walked on 4 pitches back in the first. Team leading 625 average, team leading 17 solo bases, team leading 10 homers. So she'll bat for average, for power, and can run the bases extremely well as well. And is hit by a pitch here. So Aaliyah Pritchard's reached base twice without a base hit. Second time she's been hit by a pitch this year, and it sends up Hunter Vestal. I mentioned Pritchett, all of her big numbers, and again, has signed on to play at Baylor. Well, sometime down the road, she might be opposing her former teammate and Hunter's older sister, Brooke, in the Big 12. Brooke Vestal at Oklahoma. Pritchett again will be in Waco this time next year. Vestal doubled in the game's only run to left field back of the first. Takes ball 2, and it gets away from Kolmansberger. And now runner second and third, and some trouble here for Smith as both Pritchett and Belvin move up. Vestal hitting .519, 6 homers of her own this year. And a hitter's count, and takes ball 3. A big week for her last week, hitting .556. Hitting 2 home runs, 3 triples and 2 doubles, driving in 11. And watches ball 4. So the bases are loaded for the Cougarettes without the ball leaving the infield. And we may get another courtesy runner here for Canyon as Coach Randall visits with our home plate umpire. Belvin is at third, Pritchett at second, and now Vestal is at first. The batter is Bella Mitchell, due up here for Canyon. A meeting right now in the circle with Kolmansberger and Smith. Meanwhile, Coach Randall visits with Belvin and the hitter. And it is a pinch hitter. So no courtesy runner coming in here. Bella Mitchell is pulled back. Kaylin Cordero now pinch hitting here for Canyon. And she's hit. An RBI hit by pitch. And that'll put the Cougarettes on top 2-0, and the bases are still loaded. And now the Rangers making a change of their own. New pitcher in the circle now for Smithson Valley. And it's Seneca Anthony. Mentioned Anthony was a winning pitcher against Clemens last Tuesday. And fills in here for Smith. With the Rangers down 2-0 and in danger of this game getting away. Bases are still loaded, only 1 out. And the batter is Armendariz for Canyon. Run scored by Belvin. She has scored the 2 runs in this game. Came home with the RBI double from Vestal in the first, and now the RBI hit by a pitch for Cordero here in the third. And now the runner at third base is Pritchett. Vestal moves up to second, and Cordero at first. And again, Anthony now pitching for Smithson Valley. The batter, Armendariz, singled to right center off of Smith, back in the second. Rangers could really use a ground ball out here to get two, and Anthony will settle for strike one. $18 hits on the year for Armendariz, making 19 now with a single back in the second. Coming into the game, batting .367, a couple of home runs, and 17 RBI. A ball and a strike. One. In there for strike two. And now Anthony has some room for error here. Can try to pitch outside the strike zone, hope that Armendariz chases and gets the second out. But there Armendariz doesn't give in. Now 2-2. Gutierrez awaits on deck for the Cougarettes. Armendariz, the sixth batter of the inning already. One run already in. And only one out. Fouled away. And Armendariz stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Big swing and a miss and a big strikeout there for Anthony. And that the inning's second out. And the first strikeout for Ranger pitching tonight, and it brings up Andrea Gutierrez. Base is still loaded though. So still work to be done. And ball one taken by Gutierrez, who's 0 for 1 so far tonight. Grounded out to Gonzalez at second. Back in the second inning. The 1-0 is taken inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Again this inning, the Cougarettes have scored once. They have loaded the bases, and the ball has not left the infield. And only one hit. A walk and 2 hit by pitches so far. Knee-high strike, 2-1. Yeah, the Rangers can get out of this inning only having given up the 1 run. It's going to feel like a minor victory. And they're a strike away from doing it. 2-2. Anthony with back-to-back strikeouts to end the third, holding the Cougarettes to the only run in the inning. And in that frame, the 1 run coming home off 1 hit, 3 runners left. We go to the bottom of the third. It is a 2-0 Cougarette lead on the Rangers Network.
Hey guys, Tyler Florence here. This season, the Great Food Truck Race is headed way down south. 7 teams navigating culinary roadblocks in a race to victory. Are you ready to roll?
I'm ready. Are you ready? I don't think they're ready.
Wow.
All new, Sunday night at 9, the Great Food Truck Race on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 563. GVTC, just plain smart.
How can 11 girls go missing? No suspect was identified. There's an inmate. He has confessed to murdering 11 girls, but he's retracted his confessions. Who is this guy?
Ed, what happened?
Watch A&E, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 558. GVTC, just plain smart.
Two big strikeouts by the freshman Seneca Anthony to end the top of the third with the bases loaded. Keeps it a 2-0 game as we go to the bottom of inning number 3. Kalen Klein, Carissa Vasquez, Presley Smith do up here for the Rangers, and you go back to the importance of those strikeouts. Dating back to last year, Canyon has allowed more than 2 runs in a game only 12 times. So that tune the scoreboard right now. It's imperative the Rangers keep it at that to give themselves a chance as they bat here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Aaliyah Pritchett getting ready for her 3rd inning of work for the Cougarettes in the circle. And right now visiting with Hunter Vestal, her first baseman. You look back at that third, the top half of this inning for Canyon. And again, 7 batters came to the plate, but only the 1 run scored. And Coach Randall having a conversation right now with our home plate umpire. And we play on. But now Coach Wayne Daigle will have a conversation himself. And here we go. Klein starts the Ranger 3rd. 0 for 1 today, popped up to shortstop back of the 1st. Takes ball 1 outside here from Pritchett. Klein, one of 8 returning players on the team this year for Smithson Valley. Grounds it fouled to even the count at a ball and a strike. Again, last Tuesday, Smithson Valley is 7-2 winner over Clemens to open 26 6A play. Last year, the Rangers went 9-5 in 27 6A, and good for 3rd place. 1-2 now to Klein. 2 strikeouts in the game already for Pritchett. Both came to end innings, the 1st and 2nd. That's a strikeout on the drop 3rd strike, though. Heads up play made by Armendariz to Vestal at first to secure the out. And that is now back-to-back strikeouts by Pritchett after giving up that 2-out walk to Anthony. And it sends up Carissa Vasquez as one of 2 Ranger hits on the day. She singled to center off of Pritchett back of the 1st. Two games against Canyon last year. Vasquez was 0 for 5. Did draw a couple of walks, but also struck out twice. Hit over 400 last year as a junior. 4 doubles, 3 triples, and drove in a dozen. One of the better base stealers on the team as well, with 12 of those in 2018. Behind against Pritchett, now 0-2. Presley Smith, tonight's starting pitcher, awaits on deck for Smithson Valley. And time called here by Vasquez. Trying to generate a spark for the Rangers lineup here in the 3rd. Lays off the 0-2, a ball and 2 strikes now. Smithson Valley's had some nice offensive games this year. Against 7 last week at the win over the Buffaloes. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But trying to piece together some offense against a team that has pitched 18 shutouts since last year. That is a foul ball. And the count remains 2-2. Only 5 innings played here in this game last year. In that run rule victory for the Cougarettes, 3 of them big innings as Pritchett leaning in, trying to sway the call perhaps, but didn't get strike 3. And now it's 3-2 to Vasquez. Canyon had a 7-run second, a 3-run fourth, and a 5-run fifth last year in this ballpark. 19 hits. Here's a ground ball to third. Gutierrez, 2 away. So Pritchett denied her 3rd consecutive strikeout victim, but will settle for the ground out. And that sends up Presley Smith. Smith grounded out to Pritchett back in the first. She's 0 for 1. Runs for the Cougarettes coming in the first and third today. And both scored in this game by Sydney Belvin. And right now the catcher Armendariz is looking back behind home plate, something towards the crowd. And I suppose that's squared away now as Smith steps into this cold Tuesday night. A ball and no strikes. First pitch came about an hour ago here from Smithson Valley. As the Rangers bat here in the third. And the temperatures have dropped slightly. It was about 49 degrees at first pitch. 45 right now. One and one to Smith. And now Pritchett is a strike away from ending her 3rd consecutive inning with a punch out. Coleman'sberger awaits on deck. Four strikeouts in the game for Aaliyah Pritchett, and does end her 3rd straight inning with that aforementioned punch out. And the Cougarettes take a 2-0 lead into the 4th on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
Stream live episodes of your favorite shows on the HGTV app. Download the app and watch the latest shows for free.
Raise your hand if you want to break some stuff. Whack it.
Because you're in control.
We're trying to help families get top dollar for their current place and get them into a home that works for the family.
Your shows, when and where you want them.
Are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper? Oh.
It's a big deal. You excited as I am?
Done. Stream now on your favorite devices.
Catherine Kuhn, Mia Machia, Hannah Combs due up for the Cougarettes here in the road half of the fourth inning. Batters 9-1-2 for longtime head coach Kevin Randall. And this will mark the third time through the order for the Cougarettes, although it is just the second inning of work in the circle for the freshman Seneca Anthony, as Kuhn pops up the first pitch to fall behind 0-1. Kuhn lined out to the pitcher Smith back in the second. Again, Anthony relieved Smith in the circle. Smith now playing at first base, back in the second, or the third inning rather. And Anthony struck out the two batters she faced, Armendariz and Gutierrez. And that goes over the head of Kuhn and ducks out of the way. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Going 1-2-3 ideal for Anthony in this inning for a myriad of reasons. Certainly it's what every pitcher tends to do every time they take the mound, or in this case the circle. But after Combs, that would bring up Belvin, Pritchett after that, and Vestal after her. Out of play, and Kuhn stays alive. You look at some of the Canyon numbers as a team coming into the game, just 2 hits shy of 200 all in the year. They have since surpassed that season total here tonight. A team batting average of .419, 21 homers, 52 doubles for the Cougarettes. Again out of play. Although that was caught by Kolmesberger, came off the net. Also 17 triples on the year for the Cougarettes as well. Not the easiest hit to attain in softball. Canyon very good at doing it. They have drawn 59 walks on the year against 71 strikeouts. Good eye there by Kuhn. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Cougarettes' number 9 hitter, with Machia waiting on deck. In the air to center, drifting back to Munoz, and a rare outfield out in this game tonight. And Kuhn is 0 for 2. A Canyon team which over the past 53 district games has won 49. And over the past 74 games overall, they've won 66. Machia is 0 for 2, hitting leadoff tonight for Canyon. Takes that for strike 1. The Cougarettes sent 6 to the plate in the first, scored 1 run. 4 to the plate in the second, did not score. And 7 to the plate in the third, and scored only the 1 run. A ball and a strike now to Machia. Her 21st game this season. More than 70 plate appearances for Machia. In the air to the left in foul territory, but falls in front of Klein. And runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. On the topic of triples, Machia has been one of the better triples hitters on the year for Canyon with 4 of them. Second of the team behind Pritchett, who has 5 and leads the team in about every category you can imagine, whether that be in the circle or at the plate. Combs awaits on deck so far. Seneca Anthony in the circle has retired all 3 batters she has faced. 2 via the strikeout. Again, out of play off the net as Machia stays alive. She's facing Anthony for the first time tonight. Six-game winning streak for the Cougarettes, outscoring their opponents during that winning streak by 64 runs. Lays off for ball 2. Canyon a 15-4 record. The Rangers are 7-3. But more importantly, both teams 1-0 in 26-6A. A 3-2 count now to Machia. Today hitting first in the order for Canyon. In this game a year ago at this ballpark, she batted 9th. And takes a one-out walk. So a batter reaches against Anthony for the first time tonight. And that'll send up Combs. She's 0 for 2. Strike 1 down the middle from Anthony. Do be mindful of Machia over there at first. She has 13 stolen bases on the year. Third most on the team. The Cougarettes collectively have stolen 71 bases this season. As many stolen bases as they have strikeouts coming into the game. It's a ball to strike to Combs. Belvin awaits on deck. Bunts that one out of play. And it runs the count to 1-2. If there's one silver lining about the frigid temperatures right now, the wind is not blowing. Would really exacerbate the problem right now. And that is strike 3. 3 strikeouts for the freshman, Seneca Anthony. And now 2 down to the inning as Belvin steps in. And again, she has scored the only 2 runs of the game. Doubled in the first inning and drove home by Vestal on a double of her own. Infield single for Belvin in the third and brought home with the RBI hit by pitch from Cordero. And falls behind 0-1. You look around the stands, a lot of fans muddled up, layered upon layers, hoodies, you name it. A ball and a strike, the players likewise. Sometimes you see players try to tough it out with the short sleeves. That is not the case here this evening. Gloves and long sleeves, and in some case, pullovers tonight. And you do not blame them at all. 2 balls and a strike to Belvin. And Pritchett is waiting on deck, and now a meeting in the circle with Coach Stagel along with the infield. And the freshman pitcher, Seneca Anthony. 2-0 Canyon here in the top of the 4th inning. Again, we spoke about this earlier. Coach Stagel really built this program to quite the power during his time as a head coach. In one 13-year stretch, the team won 347 games, 3 state championships, 2 with Coach Stagel as the head coach, the other with his wife Lisa as head coach. And Lisa did so just 3 years after Wayne retired as head coach. And here we go. 2 balls and a strike to Belvin. Runner at first base, a good runner, and Machia. 2 away. Rangers trying to keep it a 2-run game, give their bats a chance. Machia goes. There's the throw from Kolmensberger, and not in time. 14th stolen base of the season from Machia. And the Cougarettes have some insurance now at second base. And a big part of the order right now batting and awaiting on deck. Big spot here for the freshman Anthony. 3-1 to right field, and that is out number 3. So how about Seneca Anthony? Keeps it a 2-run game as we go to the bottom of the 4th on the Rangers Network.
Watch National Geographic GVTC Digital Cable Channel 556. GVTC, just plain smart.
Hey guys, Tyler Florence here. This season, the Great Food Truck Race is headed way down south. 7 teams navigating culinary roadblocks in a race to victory. Are you ready to roll?
I'm ready. Are you ready? I don't think they're ready.
Wow.
All new, Sunday night at 9. The Great Food Truck Race on Food Network.
Watch Food Network GVTC Digital Cable Channel 563. GVTC, just plain smart.
Down in Texas, modern-day prospectors are making big bucks flipping houses. But before they can cash in, they gotta move them. Hauling homesteads and kicking asphalt. All new Texas Flip and Move, Friday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY GVTC Digital Cable Channel 126. GVTC, just plain smart.
We play on here at the bottom of the 4th inning and a 2-0 Canyon lead. It's Hannah Kolmensberger, followed by Danielle Montiel and Mackenzie Thornley. Batting here in the home half of the 4th for the Rangers. Kolmensberger behind early here against Aaliyah Pritchett, 0-1. Pritchett retired the Rangers in order in the 3rd and has sat 4 Rangers down it consecutively and 3 via the strikeout. She has 4 for the game and a pitch away now from her 5th. And she's got it. Aaliyah Pritchett with her 5th strikeout. And 5 in a row retired. Kolmensberger is now 0 for 1. Was hit by a Pritchett pitch back of the 1st. And now goes to the dugout. And here is Montiel, who was the first of Pritchett's 5 strikeout victims. Back of the 1st inning, did so with 2 runners on. The Rangers have left 3 runners on base, while the Cougarettes have left 7. And strike 1 to Montiel. And right now Pritchett is dealing for Canyon. Ahead against Montiel, 0-2. The top of this inning ended on a fly out to right field induced by Anthony, caught by Thornley, with a runner at second base. And Anthony has retired 5 of the 6 batters she has faced. Meanwhile, Pritchett retires her 6th straight, this time on a ground out to the shortstop Belvin. And now Thornley, who did reach against Pritchett back in the 2nd. Again, showed off her home run power last week in the win over the Buffaloes. Got the ball afterwards. photo of it up right now on the social media page for Ranger softball. Ahead, 1 ball, no strikes. Here against Pritchett. And able to lay off. The check swing is the ruling there from our first base umpire. And Thornley ahead, 2-0. The pitch. Now 2-1. Cougarettes, the number 1 ranked team in the greater San Antonio area by the Express News. In the statewide preseason poll, the Cougarettes ranked 2nd in the state of Texas. This despite losing 10 seniors from last year's state finalist team. A lot of locking and reloading for Coach Randall this year as the count fills to 3-2 to Thornley. Again, a great run of the state championship game, but a 5-3 loss to Atascocita in the 6A finals. A ground ball this time to third to Gutierrez. And that is the inning. 7 in a row retired by Aaliyah Pritchett. And the Cougarettes through 4 hold a 2-0 lead on the Rangers Network.
Hey guys, Tyler Florence here. This season, the Great Food Truck Race is headed way down south. 7 teams navigating culinary roadblocks in a race to victory. Are you ready to roll?
I'm ready. Are you ready? I don't think they're ready.
Wow.
All new, Sunday night at 9, the Great Food Truck Race on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 563. GVTC, just plain smart.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
And we're back at Smithson Valley High School. 2-0 Canyon lead as we start the top of the 5th inning. And coming up for the Cougarettes, Aaliyah Pritchett, Hunter Vestal, and Bella Mitchell. Batters 4, 5, and 6. And Pritchett facing the freshman, Anthony, for the first time. Reached twice against Presley Smith, tonight's starter, on a walk and a hit by pitch, and falls behind against Anthony, 0-1. Again here on the campus of Smithson Valley High School, and we will return here on Friday for more coverage on the Rangers Network. 0-2 to Pritchett. It is Rangers boys soccer coming up on Friday, senior night from Ranger Stadium. Tony Brubaker, Brad Lind on the call on Friday as the Rangers take on the Steel Knights. In the air to right center, but the park will hold it. Munoz is over, and Pritchett retired for the first time tonight. And that sends up Vestal. Again, Anthony has faced 7 Cougar hitters in this game, has only allowed 1 to reach. That was Machia on a 1-out walk in the 4th. Lost behind Vestal, though. 1 ball, no strikes here. Vestal has doubled and scored a run, or walked, rather, driving in a run on the double in the first. That ball ripped to left, and it is caught on the knees of Kaylin Klein. out and left for the second out. Great play off contact there by Klein, in good position as well after contact was made. And out 2 away as Mitchell steps in for Canyon. Or beg your pardon, still Cordero here for the Cougarettes. It was Mitchell's spot. Cordero pinch hit for her in the third. And it appears she has, in fact, taken her place in the lineup for now. Had the RBI hit by pitch in the third. Pops this one up, but out of play in the count 0-2. Anthony a chance to get through hitters 2 through 6 unscathed. And a first time facing that part of the order for Canyon. Combs, Belvin, Pritchett, Vestal unable to reach against Anthony. And now Cordero has her chance. But behind 0-2. Cordero 19 for 50 batting coming into the game, hitting .380. No homers and 14 RBI. Gets a piece and stays alive. Fast forwarding to the bottom of this 5th inning, the Rangers will have the bottom part of the order due up. Kuntz, Anthony, and Gonzalez. Seneca Anthony able to pop up Cordero. Not far from us and out of play. Again, Anthony tonight started at first base for the Rangers with his swap positions with Smith. She's now at first. Anthony in the circle. And is keeping the Rangers in the game right now. 0-2 is in the air to left field. Over is Klein, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for the freshman Seneca Anthony. It remains a 2-0 Canyon lead heading to the bottom of the 5th on the Rangers Network.
Watch National Geographic GVTC Digital Cable Channel 556. GVTC, just plain smart.
The University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to the Army National Guard, Baden, Balfour, Baylor Scott and White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Fox Sports Southwest, Gatorade, Hellas Construction, Max Preps, the NFHS Network, Nike, Register My Athlete, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, and Tick-A-Tap Ticketing. These generous corporate sponsors support the UIL in all its activities, music, academics, and athletics. The UIL appreciates these sponsors and their participation in all that the UIL does in Texas extracurricular activities. On behalf of the UIL and its corporate sponsors, thank you for supporting UIL activities in your community, and thank you for listening to this state playoff contest. Enjoy the game.
It remains a 2-0 Canyon lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here on the Rangers Network. And Smithson Valley coming up to bat. Kuntz, Anthony, and Gonzalez due up for the Rangers. And trying to get something going here against Aaliyah Pritchett for the Cougarettes. This is her 5th inning of work in the circle. Has retired 7 straight and has not allowed a base runner since Anthony reached on a walk in the second. A swing and a miss by Kuntz puts her behind 0-1. Kuntz led into a double play in the second for Smithson Valley. Just 2 hits in the game for the Rangers, one by Thornley and the other by Vasquez, both singles. The count of ball and a strike here to Kuntz. Meanwhile, the Cougarettes, 4 hits of their own, but none since the third. 1-2 to Kuntz. Another strikeout for Leah Pritchett. That's her 6th of the game. Now, what a way for Anthony, who walked against Pritchett back in the second. The only walk Pritchett has given up. And this is a battle of the pitchers right now, and both are pitching extremely well. Anthony, since relieving Smith in the third, has retired 8 of the 9 batters she has faced with 3 strikeouts. And 5 in a row retired by Anthony. And evens the count here, a ball and a strike against Pritchett. One and two now to Anthony on the foul ball. And on this cold Tuesday night in March, do want to give a thanks to our camera crew tonight manning the elements. Chris, Jenna, and Gordon on the camera this evening. Out there with their jackets, parkas, and hoodies on. Two balls and 2 strikes. Gonzalez on deck at a 2-0 game. And the future Baylor Bear has another strikeout, her 7th. That'll send up Gonzalez. 9 in a row retired by Pritchett as Gonzalez steps up. She struck out back in the second. Should note the Rangers have been a team that has mounted some comebacks this season and against some quality competition. The Rangers in a game earlier this year in non-district play as Gonzalez is ahead 1-0. We're down 8-0 to one of the area's top teams, South Sand, back on February 12th, about a month ago. A ball and a strike. And the Rangers came back to win that game 9-8, scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th to walk off and win that game. Down 2-0 here in the 5th. And that was strike 3 as Pritchett strikes out the side in the 5th. Aaliyah Pritchett dealing for the Cougarettes and takes a 2-0 lead into the 6th on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Hey guys, Tyler Florence here. This season, the Great Food Truck Race is headed way down south. 7 teams navigating culinary roadblocks in a race to victory. Are you ready to roll?
I'm ready. Are you ready? I don't think they're ready.
All new, Sunday night at 9, the Great Food Truck Race on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 563. GVTC, just plain smart.
A look at Ranger Stadium in the background where the girls soccer team plays right now as we play on the softball field. 2-0 the Canyon lead as we start the 6th inning. At a pitcher's duel right now taking place. Seneca Anthony, the freshman, taking over for Presley Smith in the circle for the Rangers in the 3rd inning. Has only allowed a 1 base runner with 3 strikeouts. And meanwhile, Aaliyah Pritchett for the Cougarettes working on a 2-hitter right now with 8 strikeouts of her own. In the 5 innings that Brooke Vestal pitched in this ballpark last year for the Cougarettes as she now plays for Oklahoma. And in her 5 innings of work, she struck out 7. So Pritchett, 1 better than Vestal here in 2019. 3-0 to the Cougarettes leadoff hitter. Isabel Armendariz, the Canyon catcher, who's 1 for 2, struck out against Anthony back in the 3rd, and she was the first batter that Anthony faced. And takes strike 1. Armendariz is a .367 hitter coming into the night. Couple of homers, 17 runs driven in on the year. 18 for 49 coming into the game. Has only drawn 4 walks, but ahead here 3-1. And now it's 3-2. Anthony's been great, but a lot of pressure on the freshman right now. The Rangers' margin for error is getting smaller as the game moves on, as Anthony has her 4th strikeout of the game and her 2nd of Armendariz. And now it's Andrea Gutierrez with nobody on and 1 away. Gutierrez also struck out against Anthony in the 3rd. She's 0 for 2. Again, Canyon has put up some really big offensive numbers all season long. 3 straight games scoring 10 runs or more. Held to 2 right now. With 5 outs to go for them at the plate, it's a ball and a strike for Gutierrez. A 6-game winning streak that has seen the Cougarettes outscore their opponents by 64 runs. It is 1-2 to Gutierrez with Catherine Kuhn on deck. Again, these teams will meet about a month from now again in New Braunfels at Canyon High School on April the 2nd. The Cougarettes swept this season series a year ago on their way to a 13-1 finish in 27 6A play. Only setback was a 1-0 loss to Clemens last year. For the season, they finished 29-2, and this is going to fall in for a base hit for Andrea Gutierrez. That is the Cougarettes' 5th hit tonight, and a 1-out single will bring up Catherine Kuhn. And Kuhn for Canyon is 0 for 2. Lined out to the pitcher Smith in the second. And then led off the fourth inning by flying out to center. The bunt is lined foul, and Kuhn falls behind 0-1. Looking ahead at the bottom of the sixth inning as the Ranger bats are running out of outs as well. They'll have the top part of the order due up in Klein, Vasquez, and Smith. Could be a very important half inning coming up for the Rangers. 0-2 now to Kuhn. Machi is on deck. You look at the runner, Gutierrez, right now at first base for Canyon. Doesn't run a lot. Has only stolen 2 bases this year. It's now a ball and 2 strikes to Kuhn. $15 hits on the season coming in for Kuhn. And 5 for extra bases and 2 of them homers. This is a ground ball. 1 play at second. It is made, and that is the only play the Rangers can make on the force. So that'll take Gutierrez off the base paths and put Kuhn at first for the batter Machia, who walked against Anthony back in the fourth inning. She's 0 for 2 with that walk and a stolen base. Two nothing Cougarettes, 2 outs. Here in the sixth. Fouled away for strike 1. Rangers very wary of the speed of Machia as you have Kuntz playing in from third and Smith in from first. Runner goes on the hit and run there. The count 0-2. Oh, 2. Heading towards left, but drifting foul. Machia stays alive. Looking for her first hit tonight. Has 28 on the season. It's tied for second of the team along with Vestal behind Pritchett, who has 35. Oh, 2 is up. There's a throw down to second base, and beating the throw is Kuhn. The Cougarettes' second stolen base here tonight. And for Kuhn, that's her 10th this year. Anthony's 1-2. Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts now for the freshman, Seneca Anthony. And it remains a 2-run Cougarette lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
Stream live episodes of your favorite shows on the HGTV app. Download the app and watch the latest shows for free.
Raise your hand if you want to break some stuff. Whack it.
Because you're in control.
We're trying to help families get top dollar for their current place and get them into a home that works for the family.
Your shows, when and where you want them.
Are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper? Oh!
It's a big deal.
You excited as I am?
Done.
Stream now on your favorite devices.
The Rangers still very much within striking distance, down 2 runs as we start the bottom of the 6th inning. And coming up for the Rangers, the top part of the order, Klein, Vasquez, and Smith. And meanwhile, in the circle for the Cougarettes, Aaliyah Pritchett dealing right now. She has retired 10 straight. And for the game is 8 strikeouts, struck out the side. Back the last half inning for her in the circle, back of the 5th. Sitting down Kuntz, Anthony, and Gonzalez in order with strikeouts. Quick meeting of the circle. This will mark the 3rd time through the order here for Pritchett. As Klein digs in, she's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Towards left field and a base hit. And that is the Rangers' first base runner since Anthony drew a 2-out walk in the 2nd. And Smithson Valley's 3rd hit tonight. Opposite field, base hit for Klein. And now the tying run comes up in Vasquez for Smithson Valley. As one of those 3 hits, a 1-out single back of the 1st. Swings the first pitch here towards left. Combs is over for the catch for the 1st out. So the Rangers getting pretty aggressive here against Pritchett in that 3rd time through the order. Klein and Vasquez swinging early. And now it's Presley Smith who's 0 for 2. Although it's only a 2-run game, you are starting to count the outs right now for Smithson Valley. 5 to go. And ball 1 to Smith. Again, they erased an 8-0 deficit against South San earlier this year. And they were down 3 runs in the 7th inning to come back and win that game. A ball and a strike to Smith. A 4-run bottom of the 7th for the Rangers. So they've been in these situations before, albeit maybe not against a team quite the caliber of the one they're seeing tonight. 1-2. No, it's a fair ball, I beg your pardon. And a productive out, though, for Smith. As Klein moves over to 2nd. And so a chance for the Rangers to cut this lead in half is in now scoring position as Coleman'sberger steps up. Coleman'sberger 0 for 1, drew a hit by pitch. Back of the 1st, he takes ball 1. Hit over 320 a year ago with 3 homers, one of them a grand slam against Clemens. Drove in 17. She has hit some big home runs this year. Won't do that here. A ground ball to 3rd ends the inning on the Gutierrez throw to Vestal. And the Rangers are done batting in the 6th. It's Canyon 2 and Smithson Valley nothing heading into the 7th on the Rangers Network.
Watch National Geographic, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 556. GVTC, just plain smart.
Hey guys, Tyler Florence here. This season, the Great Food Truck Race is headed way down south. 7 teams navigating culinary roadblocks in a race to victory. Are you ready to roll?
I'm ready. Are you ready? I don't think they're ready.
Wow.
All new, Sunday night at 9, the Great Food Truck Race on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 563. GVTC, just plain smart.
The Rangers got a leadoff base hit in the bottom of the sixth inning, but could not do much with it as it remains a 2-0 Cougarette lead heading into the seventh. And now the Cougarettes looking for some breathing room as they will send up Combs, Belvin, and Pritchett here in the seventh. Batters 2, 3, and 4 against the freshman Seneca Anthony, who has pitched very well in relief of Presley Smith since she entered the game back in the third. And strike one delivered to Combs. Anthony has only allowed 2 base runners, a walk and a 1-out single. That's been it. Nothing in 2, now to Combs on the swinging strike. Her battery mate, the catcher, Hannah Colemansberger, we were talking about her. She ended the bottom of the sixth with a ground out to third. Again, some big swings this year for Colemansberger. That just misses for ball one. Homer to center at the Allen tournament earlier this year. Also hit a 2-run homer against Eagle Pass this season. But if the Rangers want to get back to her in the lineup, they're going to have to bat around in the seventh. Another strikeout, meanwhile, for Anthony. That's her 6th in relief. And it sends up Sydney Belvin. Belvin has a couple of base hits and has scored the only 2 runs of this game. Both off of Smith, the starter. Popped it up, right to third and right to Kuntz. 2 quick outs here for Anthony. And now Aaliyah Pritchett has reached twice in a walk and a hit by pitch. Her last time up flew out to right center. After faking the bunt, she takes ball one. The Rangers due up to bat in the home half of the seventh. It's Montiel, Thornley, and Kuntz, 5, 6, and 7. A pop-up that will drift out of play. Vestal is on deck. Big out here for Anthony, and pitching to Pritchett in an ideal situation with nobody on base. But Pritchett is more than capable of driving in herself. Team leading 10 homers on the year. Ball's behind, 1-2. The pitch. That ball drilled to left. That is gone. Aaliyah Pritchett, home run number 11. A no-doubter to left field. 3-0 Cougarettes. And Pritchett giving herself some breathing room as she will now prepare to re-enter the circle at the bottom of this inning, and now has a 3-run lead for herself as opposed to 2. And the inning is not over yet either. Still some work to be done here for Anthony as the lineup doesn't let up. Here's Vestal. 1 for 2 with an RBI double in the first. As a team, Canyon's 22nd home run this season, and this, their 20th game. 0-1 to Vestal. That ball hit well, but on the screws and right to the shortstop Vasquez, and that will end the Canyon 7th. But the Cougarettes have added to the lead on the Pritchett home run. 3-0 Cougarettes heading into the bottom of the 7th on the Rangers Network.
Stream live episodes of your favorite shows on the HGTV app. Download the app and watch the latest shows for free.
Raise your hand if you want to break some stuff.
Whack it.
Because you're in control.
We're trying to help families get top dollar for their current place and get them into a home that works for the family.
Your shows, when and where you want them.
Are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper?
It's a big deal.
You excited as I am?
Done. Stream now on your favorite devices.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
And welcome back to Ranger Field. Smithson Valley down 3-0 and 3 outs to go to make up that 3-run deficit. It's now at a 3-run hole for the Rangers after Aaliyah Pritchett in the circle for the Cougarettes hit a 2-out homer off of Seneca Anthony in the top of this inning. And able to get Danielle Montiel to foul off the first offering here. It is Montiel, Thornley, and Kuntz for the Rangers here in the 7th. Batters 5, 6, and 7. And trying to avoid getting shut out. Mount a rally against one of the best pitchers in the area. 0-2 to Montiel, who was working on an 0-for-2 day with a strikeout. 8 in the game so far for Aaliyah Pritchett. Make it 9. And the Rangers now down to their final 2 outs. Now the batter is Thornley for Smithson Valley, as one of the Rangers' 3 hits, an infield single back in the 2nd. The only other hits, singles to center by Vasquez and Klein respectively. That ball lined right to Gutierrez. 2 down. And now the batter, Savannah Kuntz. The Cougarettes are 1 out away from a 2-0 start to 26-6A play. And also their 7th win in a row. On the ground is second. That'll do it. The Canyon Cougarettes with a 3-0 win over the rival Rangers here tonight from Ranger Field, with their 7th consecutive victory, improving to 16-4 on the season, while the Rangers drop to 7-4 on the year. We're back to wrap things up on the Rangers Network in just a moment.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
And welcome back to Ranger Field. Final score tonight, it is Canyon 3, Smithson Valley nothing. The Cougarettes 3 runs off 6 hits, while the Rangers had no runs off their 3 hits. The winning pitcher tonight is Aaliyah Pritchett for the Cougarettes. She is now 8-0 on the year. 7 shutout innings tonight for Pritchett. Struck out 8, only allowed 1 walk. Meanwhile, the loser was the Ranger starter Presley Smith. However, really good bullpen pitching, or relief pitching, I should say, from Seneca Anthony, the freshman, 4 2/3 in relief tonight. Struck out 6 herself, gave the Rangers a chance, but the bats just could not find a way to get to Aaliyah Pritchett, the senior pitcher for the Canyon Cougarettes. And with the win, Canyon now 2-0 in 26-6A play. The Rangers are 1-1. On behalf of our entire Rangers Network crew, I'm Brant Freeman saying good night from Smithson Valley High School.